Brothers and sisters, welcome to our today's program of Njo Leo. We are the 2nd of December 2019. My name is Odon Bulamba. I'm going to share with you the news about the Democratic Republic of Congo for the next few minutes. Today I'm not going to give to you any comment or analysis, but I will just talk about the news briefly, and that's it. Let us go to Beni. 3 people lost their lives in anti-Monusco's demonstration. It is almost 2 weeks since the people of Beni demonstrate constantly their anger or manifest their anger by opposing the United Nations mission in Congo, accused of immobility when it's time of genocide or massacre perpetrated by the presumed rebels ADF. Although JP Lacroix visited the province, although the presidency proposed a joint operation between the Congolese army and the United Nations army, nothing could soothe the frustration of the people of Beni. Monday the 2nd of December, the inhabitants of Beni were mobilized for a new day called Dead City. All without wearing shoes. As a sign of mourning, they barricaded roads. We remind you that in November only, more than 99 civilians were massacred by presumed ADF. Last week, a new massacre near Oicha killed 27 civilians. The visit of JP Lacroix did not persuade or convince people of Beni. This Monday morning, in the neighborhood of Boikene, protesters from Beni again headed to the camp of MONUSCO. Police fired shots with live ammunition or true bullets to try to disperse the crowd. As a result, 3 people lost their lives. The angry crowd, in turn, executed a policeman on spot and burnt down a house. Far from being persuaded by the visit of the UN Deputy Secretary General JP Lacroix, representative of civil society of Beni, regrets that JP Lacroix is more concerned about the destruction of their houses or office or materials, meaning that houses, offices, and material of MONUSCO, of the United Nations Army, of those peacekeepers, more than the solutions that should be put in place to avoid new massacres. Straight away, let us go to Zongo. Monday the 2nd of December, Félix Tshisekedi visited Zongo. Zongo is the 2nd city in southern Ubangi. Zongo is located on the other side of Ubangi River, on the border of the Central African Republic. The inhabitants of Zongo were victims of inundation. Accompanied by the Minister of Humanitarian Action, Steve Mbikai, the President Chilombo came to meet the Congolese who lives in South Ubangi, but did not only come to meet with them, but also to provide some needed support to those flood victims. Thousands gathered to greet the President, who walked up the road to the town hall, enjoying a joyous crowd. a historic visit very appreciated by the people of Zongo. One of them told us, no president has come for 40 years in this area, but after only 8 months in power, Chilombo has visited us. Let's talk about those affected people. The number of claims is estimated at 27,000 flood victims. Most are housed in host families, although a few still sleep in public places such as schools or churches. It must be said that the delivery of humanitarian aid to Zongo is difficult. For there to be work, there must be economic activities. That's why I'm going to ask the commercial banks to come here. I would like the commercial banks to be closer to people. This would allow you to no longer use the Congolese franc or CFA currency, which has been using in most French-speaking countries, but instead will use a currency which is our Congolese franc, said Tshisekedi during his speech. He added, while respecting your choice in the presidential election, I wanted to reassure you that I'm the president for everyone. He said again in front of the population in Zongo. A few questions come up to mind, and a few people have been asking, what is this? And in Zongo, those people that we try to talk to, they said, okay, look, how does he know that we people of Zongo did not vote for him? Maybe he had witnesses in our voting offices here during the election time in December 2018. Maybe he had some people who were working in the compilation room where people could read and see the number of voters according to their provinces. Maybe he saw the result from a CENI, but so far those results have never been published. But regardless of those questions, people of Zongo are more than happy to see Tshisekedi coming to visit them during this hard time. And another one said, it's not really fair for the President Tshisekedi to remind us that we didn't vote for him. Did he come here just to blame us, or did he come here to mourn with us, to spend some good time with us, rather than telling us, you see, you did not vote for me, but I'm here for you? And someone else said, maybe he wanted just to bring it out because maybe that idea has been sitting in his heart for a very so long time. Then he has decided to bring it out and clean out his spirit, mind, and thoughts. Unlikely people say this is not the right time to express himself in that way. It has been more than 10 months since his election took place. Now we are living a new era. Now we are living a new time. Although the president was not elected by people, although he was nominated by someone, but anyway, we have accepted him as a president. So he should mostly focus on present, work hand in hand with us, support us, and we move on. But if he tries to go back in the past, that may wake up the sleeping lions or sleeping cats. And that person added by saying, regardless of all of that, we are grateful for Tshisekedi to come to visit us during the time of misery and difficulties and challenges that you have been going through. And someone else said, when the last time when a president visited Zongo, someone who was born around that time, he's now around 40 years old, and maybe is now a parent. Since then, no president has come to that corner of the country. So they are mostly grateful to see Chilombo has done such a big thing. Although he was nominated, to be nominated as a president, it's not a sin. However, we are living in the 21st century where people are supposed to vote for their own president rather than being imposed a person who was not their choice. Some people have wanted to see the political part of Kabila back to power. Others want to see the political part of Chilombo to go to power. Others want to see Lamuka Fayulu to be in power. So choices belong to the people, and the people could choose either Lamuka, the platform of Bemba, Muzito, and others, or they could choose the FCC, the platform of Kabila, or again, they could choose the Cash, the platform of Tshisekedi. So people have the right to choose what they want, who they want to be their leader. But the president shouldn't stick on blaming people for not voting for him, said an individual. Let's move ahead, and on Monday, 2nd of December, Adolphe Muzito officially took the helm of the presidency of Lamuka, a Congolese political platform. The handing over was made with Jean-Pierre Bemba, who has chaired Lamuka for the last 3 months. In his speech, Adolphe Muzito said, "The country is divided. There is cacophony at the highest peak of the state. There is no cohesion. It's rivalry. Everyone needs to understand that the country needs cohesion, unity. We will work on it. You are familiar with Lamuka's vocation, to defend the constitution, to mobilize the people to say democratic alternation reflecting the truth of the polls. You also know that Lamuka is the defense of good governance, the fight against anti-values. We are going to work on it. This is time a little more on the ground should be done. This is a mandate of Lamuka to unite in unity and in diversity, the diversity of debate and that of contradiction. That is the wealth. We are a partisan group with a civic dimension. We are around the essential values to save our country. To get out of the trap of balkanization, we need action on the ground. The unity of Lamuka, the unity of the people, the cohesion that is needed to resist the enemy." That was the message of Muzito. Jean-Pierre Bemba, in his speech also in the handover, said, "We have all been there. We will continue to support you and give you all our energy for the success of this mandate." At the end of a ceremony, the leader of the MLC, which is Jean-Pierre Bemba, wished a successful principal to his successor and promised to accompany him in his action, as I've just said. This ceremony took place in the absence of 2 important leaders, Martin Fayulu and Moses Katumbi. Moreover, a meeting of the Presidium will be announced in coming days to lift this big option on the issues of the hour, said in a statement of Lamuka. Let's go to Kiwanja, where on the 2nd of December, during a crackdown on demonstrations against MONUSCO and insecurity in Beni, which took place in the city of Kiwanja, Kiwanja is in Ruchuru territory, 1 person was shot dead. The victim was identified as John Paul or Jean Paul. He was shot in the abdomen. admitted to Buturande Hospital, where he passed away later on during the day. Following a strike organized by the Youth Parliament of Rutshuru, social economic activities were paralyzed in Kiwanja. People of Kiwanja demanded the departure of MONUSCO from the Congo, and they have been also sympathizing with the people of Beni. Remember that in November 2019 only, more than 100 civilians have been killed in this region of Beni. People of Kiwanja erected a barricade and burned tires on the main road. Thus, the Congolese police and army intervened to disperse the protesters and clearing the road. Tear gas and really bullets, not rubber bullets, were used. Let's talk finally about Njo Leo, who is the administrative coordinator of personal services of Félix Tshisekedi. He was arrested for having given without quality a special mandate. Following a scandal denounced by Prime Minister Ilunkamba in a letter sent on the 26th of October to the Chief of Staff of the President of the Republic, the Prime Minister condemns and protests against the special mandate that Mr. Njo Leo granted the company St. Louis BGM, it's a society, to go to Mbujimai to carry out studies related in particular to the industrial exploitation of diamond at Miba. According to the letter, which was from the Minister of Internal Matters, Clement Kwete, dated November the 14th and received at Miba on November the 18th. Following that letter, an investigation was carried out by the Special Advisor's Office, and the accused have been held in police custody since Friday. After the legal 48 hours, he was transferred this morning to the prison of Makala. A strong signal launched by Chilombo, the president of Congo, who visibly wants to end the regime of untouchable people, have benefited from a state of right. Since then, languages or the sound of expressing themselves have been the sound of people expression have been changed. And Njo Leo was has been a friend of Félix Tshisekedi. Therefore, a man of confidence for Tshisekedi, he was arrested for having granted a special mandate to the company, St. Louis Company, to go to Mbujimai to carry out studies related to the exploitation of industrial diamond in Miba, as you have just said. But you remember that his lawyer said that this problem is not about the diamond, the problem is elsewhere. Michael Kazadi, that is a lawyer of Njo Leo, says that his client is victim of a cable mounted by his detractors to the city of OAU. Njo Leo, he said, Njo Leo is a man of moderate integrity and exceptional rigor. I assure you that he cannot be immersed in any type of compromise. The theological qualities and the virtues pushed are scary detractors trying to dirty his talent and honor on Facebook and elsewhere for the sole purpose of discredit. And he said that This is just to find a way to succeed a political blow. The presumption of innocence is flouted, the fact distorted for the sake of cause, but the law will be resurrected to wash the honor and raise the dignity he asserted. According to Mr. Kazadi, his client was in permanent contradiction with the Chief of Staff, Vital Kamerhe. It's a palace of war, he said. The lawyer of the friend of the president does not understand that the letter of denunciation of the Prime Minister is not addressed to the President of the Republic, but to his Chief of Staff. My client is a childhood friend of the head of state. His relationship of trust with the President Tshisekedi embarrassed some people in the presidency, where the coup against him, said Mike Kazadi, who believes that in triumph of the truth. Note that the arrest of a close advisor to the head of the state is seen, in the opinion, as a strong act by Félix Tshisekedi, who delivered his protégé to promote the rule of law. Truly that many people who work in the surrounding of the president, ministers, big men or big women of the government of Congo, they believe that they cannot be touched, reproached, arrested, or asked even a simple question. Because they believe that they are strong, and their strength is above the law. It will be a good thing if the government of Congo will start to allow the law to play its role, will start to allow for the law to have a place in our society. That will change a lot of things. Unlikely, people do whatever they want to do, but there is no punishment. Punishment does not exist. Sometimes even I think that that word punishment has been removed from the books of law or from the dictionary in the Congo. It's like a word which does not exist. For that reason, people do whatever they want to do, whenever they want to do it, and as they want to do it. But we believe that as the world is moving forward, we are now in the 21st century, where our government, our local authorities, our national authorities are called to respect the law. By respecting the law, you respect yourself, and by respecting the law, you also respect your country. And this is a first step to become victorious, to become democratic, to become a country which will shine. Without respecting laws, it's almost impossible for the country or any nation on this planet to shine. However, as you could hear, the lawyer of Jedone has been saying, Mr. Kazadi, he has been accusing some people of doing something which is not wrong, and reminding them that no matter what you do, my client has been a good friend of the President of the Republic. What does that mean? We don't know. But it sounds like, do whatever you are doing, but you have to remember that he is not only a simple friend of the President of the Republic, but has been a friend since they were children. Meaning that he may not face any problem. He may not go to jail, he may not be under arrest. And of course, just recently, Erite Wanatabe, one of the musicians in Congo, who posted something dirty on social media, was under arrest. He was sent to Makala prison. Just in front of the prison, the vehicle which was taking him in took another direction, and that the gentleman is free somewhere around the country. Meaning that The judge can decide something in the courthouse, but outside of the courthouse, other decisions will come from somewhere where no one can tell who has been making those decisions, for what reason, and how those decisions are in place. And the decisions which come outside of the courthouse are the most powerful decisions, which defeat the court decision, which defeat the laws of our country, which is a shame, really a big shame. And as you could hear, Mr. Kazadi has been saying that, this is just a political, dirty game, if you want, accusing Vital Kamerhe. And in Congo, actually, many people have been trying to justify themselves. Whenever something goes wrong, they don't accept to take the blame. They will blame maybe Vital Kamerhe, someone else will blame Joseph Kabila, another one will blame Moise Katumbi, someone else will blame maybe Muzito Adolphe, someone else will blame Matungulu, another one will blame maybe, I don't know, any person. People try to blame other authorities, rather than saying, yes, we are guilty, what we did was wrong, and we have to accept the punishment as the law put it down. We try to find ways and create more confusion, more conflict. And sometimes a problem will start, then it will vanish. It will start from somewhere. They will say, we are going to follow up with this issue. And when we reach another point, all is gone. It vanishes. Congo should change. People of Congo, we are called to change our mentality. We are called to change our behavior. We are called to change our way of dealing with our day-to-day situation. That will make our Congo to become bigger, stronger, and more powerful. If we do not do so, then we are going to destroy ourselves, destroy the future generations, and it will be a big shame. May God bless the Congo. Our Congo is one, we will remain one, and will continue to be one. If we are united and we work together, then we will be winners forever. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for your time, and we will catch up again later. Have a good day. Goodbye for now. Thank you.